got my degree in 1934, my PhD
Oh, good.
That was in physics.
in physics. X-ray spectroscopy. And you have that blue reprint.
Okay.
Is one of them. Then I got a one-year fellowship and stayed on as a postdoc. Postdocs were very rare in those days. And I had this Charles A. Kaufman Foundation fellowship from General Electric for 1 year. It was $700
A year?
700.
for the year. The first thing I did was trade in my Model T, which cost $20, for a 2-year-old Model A, which cost $300.
300.
So 300 of my 700 was gone immediately.
For the car.
It was a roadster with a rumble
Oh,
seat.
then the rumble seat with the, yes, yeah.
What about the physics department? You know, your reflection on the physics department when you were here at Cornell?
It was a physics department. It was a big department then. It still is. It was a big department then. The physical review started here at Cornell. Professor Merritt was one of the first not editors in 1912 or something.
How many graduate students those days?
In the physics department, 40,
Really?
40, 50. It was big then, too. I'm pretty sure.
There was no Clark Hall. Where were you?
Yeah. That's where physics is today. It's in Clark.
No Clark Hall, no. It was at Rockefeller.
In Rockefeller. Oh, it was in,
Rockefeller.
that one was there then.
Rockefeller was there. Rockefeller was a proud physics department. It was built of wood, not of steel.
Oh, that's
So
for the
he-
instrumentation.
Yeah.
Right.
Merritt was head of the department when I was an
Graduate student.
undergraduate,
Undergraduate.
even. Because,
So you took your undergraduate and graduate here?
because that's where the money was, where I could get the fellowship. As an undergraduate, in the sophomore year, they had what they called, I've forgotten the name, the upper 5% of the class, there were 500 arts and science majors in the arts, in each class, about 500. The upper 5% were allowed to take informal study. You're allowed 3 major points for graduation, which you took with a professor, informal study, if you'd been in the upper 5% the preceding year. And I was in the upper 5%, and merit was my informal study. So what was my informal study? He gave me a book. He said, read it. Everybody's giving me books. It was something about the center man or the ascent of man.
No.
Anyway, then he'd ask me questions about the book, maybe once every month or 2. I got 3 academic credits, full credits. Remember, to graduate, you needed 120 academic credits. Is that still correct?
Yes.
About.
Yeah.
And academic credits do not include gymnasium or pool table shooting or something like that. It had to be a solid. They call it solids.
Right.
I graduated in 3.5 years. So I entered graduate school in February of '34 instead of waiting till June. That was wonderful, that informal study.
How has the depression affected all of this?
I lived on $1 a day.
Here at Cornell?
Yeah. I was night watchman in Rockefeller Hall, so my room cost me nothing. You lived in the Rockefeller Hall. 6 o'clock you made the round, made sure all the windows were closed and the lights were out. And then if anything happened at night, you were there. And we had a room, a burner, cook our meals. We even cooked meals for two to four graduate students, ran a little sort of dinner cafeteria. They paid, so that our food didn't cost anything. What they paid was enough for all of us. And once in a while, we invite the professors for a meal. But once in a while, they invited us. We got a good meal then.
What was the
People
tuition?
told us tuition, when I started as an undergraduate, $250 a term.
250.
And then as an undergraduate, I waited tables at fraternity houses.
Mhm.
So I got my meals.
You get meals that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my summer jobs were always in Passaic. I always had summer jobs. I was a playground director, and I earned enough money for tuition.
Oh, that's the way you would cover your tuition.
Yeah, my parents helped a little, but they couldn't help very much. But we read it wasn't. We read it was hard times, but it wasn't hard times for us. It was normal. I mean, once in a while we could afford to go to the Strand downtown.
Yeah.
We went to football and baseball and whatnot here because you were required to buy a ticket for the games with your tuition.
Did you play any sport yourself?
I tried out for basketball, didn't make it. I tried out for baseball my freshman year, didn't make it. I was a star in the physics baseball team. I was the best hitter they had for the department team, but we had a department league. Electrical engineering, civil engineering, physics, mathematics. We had a team and we played scheduled games, but it was departmental physics. But I wasn't good enough for Cornell.